Yo there, today we are going to be checking out this lady whose nipple fell off while breastfeeding and nearly choking her baby. This is so crazy. Talk about a nip slip. A California mother of six is unlocking a new fear for pregnant and nursing moms across the globe after revealing on TikTok that her nipple fell off and nearly choked her infant son while she was breastfeeding him. I lash my baby boy on, he's nursing, and then he stops. Brooke, who goes by the handle at Brooke So Basic, says in a video shared to her trending, I wish I knew this TikTok series. I'm looking down and he's kind of choking, she continued. My nipple broke off and he had it in his mouth. I'm sorry that I'm like kind of like laughing about this, but like this is so crazy. In the cringeworthy clip, which scared up more than 1.5 million views, the 32-year-old stay-at-home mom explained that leading up to the harrowing event, her nipple had started to turn black at the base and white at the tip. Well, number one, that just looks kinda like an off-putting, basically, situation, right? Like that is like, if you see that your nipple has basically quite literally changed color, you might want to get that checked out before it's too late. Brooke says she was only 15 years old at the time, and she didn't understand what was happening to her body. She noted that discoloration was a symptom of vasospasm, which occurs when the blood vessels supplying the nipple tighten, reducing blood flow to the area. For breastfeeding moms, a vasospasm can affect the flow of milk from the nipple and is often an indicator that the baby is not attached well to the breast. Brooke also cited necrosis, dead nipple tissue, as an issue. But in the nightmarish moment, and without any medical information on hand, and admittedly panicked, Brooke started to freak out. Look, I'm not even a girl, and I would freak out if my nipple basically just fell off. I don't know what the hell is going on, she recalled, adding that she was with her mom and sister, who urged her to try to reattach the nipple. I rinsed the nipple off in water and I put it back on. Like, this isn't like a baseball hat. Like, what the hell? She then called an advice nurse for help. The nurse told me that if the nipple is still alive and has enough blood flow in it, that it can actually reattach itself. Brooke said, adding that she stationed the nipple back onto her breast and strapped it in place with a band aid. And in a follow up video, she revealed that the nipple didn't reattach. What's left is a small, flat, and functional nippy, she said. This is such a crazy story. My nipple is not perfect today, but it's still here, she said with a laugh. That was the last day I ever breastfed that child. Although she initially vowed to never breastfeed again, Brooke confessed that she did nurse three of her other babies after the alarming episode. Where I heard breastfeeding was painful and hard to adjust to, I never knew that my nipple could actually detach. I didn't know that was even a possibility. Many of her gobsmacked social media followers had no clue that a nip could unzip either. New fear unlocked, penned a shocked commenter. Never in a million years did I think this could happen, said another. The way my jaw dropped, did it not hurt that much? Asked an equally stunned audience member. To that, Brooke responded saying it didn't hurt at all. The nerves were gone already. LOL. And in a subsequent post, Brooke assured her stupefied cyber watchers that losing a nipple while breastfeeding is so extremely rare that experts haven't even given the occurrence an official name. And here's the thing, like the main thing to really understand about this situation is this is the importance is like of basically having pretty regular health checkups to like your family doctor or to get a family doctor just for a general well-rounded bill of health check off, right? Because they could have just checked out her nipple and be like, yo, stop breastfeeding. Like, increase the blood flow to your nip and nothing bad will happen to it. And this is the problem that a lot of people have, and typically why their health care costs tend to skyrocket is that they basically wait till the very last second for something to end up going like drastically wrong before getting checked out, right? When the best way to save on healthcare costs and just cost in general is just to be preventative, right? Have like a yearly checkup with a dentist, have a yearly checkup with a family doctor, or like a biannual checkup with a doctor, right? Just to make sure that you're doing okay, right? Like a lot of people really don't like to see doctors. A lot of people don't even have insurance and all that kind of stuff, which is a whole nother issue. Which, by the way, no matter who you are, you need health insurance for the catastrophic events that might end up happening in your life, right? But you could also save a lot of money for healthcare costs if you were to pay in cash. Sometimes in literal cash, right? So you could do your like checkups and just pay it in cash and probably like hardly actually pay anything for those checkups that you do for like a preventative measure. Like the main thing to really understand about this is one, get good health insurance, and two, make sure to like get yourself checked out enough that a doctor would notice that your nipple quite literally changed colors. Or at the very least, you could just ask a doctor. And she noted that the incident occurred nearly 18 years ago, before Googling medical problems or getting help from social media communities was popular. And this is the thing. You could have just walked into a clinic and said, like, hey, my nip has changed colors, right? So this was back when they used to tell us to get a wash rag and scrub our nipples around 36 weeks pregnant to toughen the nipples up. That sounds horrendous. So Brooke said this, so who also confessed that she aggressively stimulated her nipples in the hope that the friction would induce labor. Well, dear Lord. Well, were you like basically just like practically like beating up your nipple at that point? That's pretty crazy. So my nipples were beat to hell even before the baby was born, she insisted. The mom also scoffed at cyber creeps who offered to buy her severed nip for their own keeping. What kind of creepy bastard are you that you're going to offer to pay someone for their popped off nipple? Like, dudes, come on. Stop it. Like, that is going so overboard. So after unleashing that horror story and while cradling her newest baby, Brooke said, I hope that no one is afraid to breastfeed. This was just due to me being a complete psycho, apparently, she joked. And also just basically not willing to really take precautions in terms of your health, like at all. Now let's see some of the comments. Oh no, no comments. Okay, well that's interesting. Feel free to give your thoughts. I never knew that this was like even a remote possibility, but just keep in mind you should always have health insurance and you should always try to prevent things like this from happening by simply having a somewhat regular checkup with a family doctor. Like that could save you so much time, so much energy, and so much money. If you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money, go down below.